The BallGame Blitz Sports Network by Worthy Road Studios. With over 750,000 views in 2022, we are where you need to advertise. Please subscribe to our Worthy Road Studios YouTube channel and join the other 4,000 subscribers watching local sports.
The Jackson Rockabillys, Union and Bethel Universities, USJ, TCA, JCS, and Peabody.
Our multi-camera broadcasts include slow motion instant replay, on-screen scoreboard and graphics, and professional announcers.
Thanks to the sponsors who make it all possible. BallGame Blitz Sports Network by Worthy Road Studios, the premier sports broadcast network in West Tennessee.
Live from Trinity Christian Academy in Jackson, Tennessee, it's football night in West Tennessee. The BallGame Blitz Sports Network and Worthy Road Studios proudly present USJ Bruins football, as tonight the Bruins are visiting the Lions at TCA. Bruins coming in tonight with a record of 2-0, and the Lions, they've won their only game to date. Hello again, everyone. Steve Beverly to bring you all the play-by-play of tonight's game on the Bruin Network. Last week, the Bruins came away with a thriller over Union City, 20-19. Again, it was Noah Spencer with the Heroics with a 20-yard run for a touchdown to seal the victory. But last week, Corbin Howard mixed in the passing game, completing one for a touchdown to tight end Sam McMillan and throwing for 140 yards. And Ryan Hutchison was his real go-to receiver with 4 catches on the night. Noah Spencer has 271 yards rushing in the first 2 games of the season. They will need all of his workhorse efforts tonight. McMillan, Nate Height, and lineman Mario Figueroa are going to be counting on as the leaders on defense. The Bruins gave up 298 yards on the ground against Union City. They will need to be stingier tonight against Trinity. Alex Wallace came home with the game-icing fumble recovery last week with 41 seconds left in the game. Coach Derek Pritchard said Wednesday night on our coaches show that he expects a strong ground game from the Lions, and Derek was on this Trinity staff for a period of time in previous years. Now, the last 2 weeks, USJ has been significantly outsized on both sides of the ball. Last week, they faced a front four from Union City that weighed in at 305, 290, 270, and 235. Now, they still have some big horses here for Trinity on the line. On offense, they operate out of the pistol with one man in the backfield. But the Lions do have some size on both the offensive and defensive line. You'll be hearing about sophomore Kendall Boyle at 300. Freshman James Wilson weighs in at 290. Sophomore Connor Kay at 240. And seniors Nicholas Reddick and Harrison Vance at 220 and 230. And among the names you'll hear us call tonight for the Lions, Leaky Thompson, the 250-pound sophomore who is called one of the best running backs in West Tennessee. He's powerful and quick. And in his first game of the season, 34 carries for 175 yards and 2 touchdowns. Quarterback will be Cooper Vales. He is a 5'9 junior. He was 13 of 23 passing in the opener for Trinity with a touchdown, and the winning touchdown came from 11 yards out in the fourth quarter to win it. And then one of his go-to receivers is Braden Waller, a 6'3" junior. He was the 3rd best in the state last year in receiving yards with 1,269, and in game 1 he had 9 catches for 132 yards and a touchdown. And some of the others, Hank Miller, a sophomore linebacker, he had 15 tackles in the opener as well as a fumble recovery. Gabe Lee of the very well-known Lee family, he's a sophomore linebacker. He had 9 tackles in game 1. And then Colby Moore with 5 and Drake Craddock with 4 tackles and an interception. One thing that we had also from Noah Spencer last week, he had his 2nd interception of the season, and that helped to really begin to snuff out one of the big rallies that they were attempting down the floor. And so it was a big night for him on defense as well as offense. And Coach Darren Bowling is in his 32nd year of coaching. He's won 240 games, lost 114 in his career, so that's a 68% percentage. So we'll be comparing the stats of these two teams. The captains are getting ready here on the sidelines to very shortly they'll be going on to the center of the field for tonight's coin toss. Tell you what, let's take a 3-minute break, and then when we come back, we will have the coin toss and bring you all the action tonight live from TCA. It is USJ against the Trinity Lions.
Is your vehicle ready for an oil change? Did you know that we do way more than just tires? From brakes, to belts, to alignments, to even air conditioning work. Engine light on? We can fix that too. Come see us today at one of our 3 King Tire Company locations in Jackson and Humboldt.
If it's black, round, and rolls, we have it in stock for you. I'm Taylor at King Tire Company. Come see us at any of our 3 convenient locations in Jackson or Humboldt and let our family take care of yours.
If you are in need of luxury interior design services, look no further than Campbell King Interiors. Based in Jackson, Tennessee, Caroline Campbell and Erica King have a combined experience of 31 years. From residential design services to commercial construction, no job is too big. Let Campbell King Interiors transform your vision into reality. You can find them at www.campbellkinginteriors.com or on Instagram and Facebook.
Downtown is thriving and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
At Nest Realty Jackson, connections and relationships are at the heart of everything we do. We wake up every day with the goal of helping our agents build trust, relationships, and community. Let's connect.
Save thousands on a new Nissan at Carlock Nissan.
You should already be here.
Special interest rates as low as 0%.
You should already be here.
We have cars, trucks, SUVs, and the all-new electric Nissan Aria.
You should already be here.
We even have no payments for 90 days.
You should already be here.
Save thousands on a new Nissan at Carlock Nissan.
You should, you know what? I'm not going to say it.
Carlock Nissan of Jackson.
No matter where you are, you can shop 24/7 at HumboldtDodgeChryslerJeep.com with the area's largest used car inventory.
Turn to the experts. Since 1955, Garrett Plumbing and Heating has been the leader in plumbing, heating, and air conditioning service and installation for West Tennessee. A proud supporter of USJ Bruin Athletics, we are your local Carrier Factory authorized dealer. Call Garrett Plumbing and Heating, 668-3339, for all of your plumbing, heating, and air needs.
Steve Beverly back live from Lions Stadium here at Trinity Christian Academy as the Bruins are waiting to make their appearance onto the field. They are lining up over on the far right-hand side, the Trinity fans, to welcome their Lions. And as we mentioned last week, and it was Wednesday night on the coaches show that Coach Derek Pritchard talked about how it was a character-driven victory because USJ trailed for 44 minutes plus in the game against Union City against a very difficult-to-defend triple-option offense. And then it was a case of just simply trailing 19-13, moving it down the field, 8 plays, 64 yards, and it was capped off by a 20-yard run by Noah Spencer that then required, because there was still 3 minutes and 51 seconds remaining, and they had to go strong on defense, and it was that huge defensive presence as it looked as though Union City might get close enough to try for a winning field goal. But it was Alex Wallace that forced a 4th down fumble and recovered at the 30-yard line, and that was game, set, and match. And so we've got 2 undefeateds here tonight with the Bruins at 2-0. The Lions are 1-0. And tonight, our game time temperature is 80 degrees, not 92. And I know there are a lot of folks who are happy about that. The humidity is not nearly what it was last week. And we are just at about twilight. We've got some low-lying clouds. No threat of rain tonight, but low-lying clouds, and it's going to make the sun go behind it right now. And we've got the lights on here at Trinity Stadium. And again, we're about 4 minutes away from kickoff. And the captains are ready to meet in the center at the Big T, but they're waiting for the entrance of the Lions and the Bruins to come on with their complete teams, and the Bruins are beginning to emerge from the locker room. And this has been, you look at the defensive effort of the Bruins in these first 2 weeks of the season. That 14-7 victory was just a grinded out defensive effort in which they completely kept Peabody off balance enough, even though they had a lot of yards rushing. They kept them off balance enough that it was really the defense that made the difference, and the workhorse of Noah Spencer when he ran for 164 yards in that game. And we got a good turnout across the way, and they're still trickling in. For the Bruins fans, it's not that far of a drive across town, and so we've got a good turnout there, and I know they're going to be trying to give their guys an extraordinary boost tonight. And here they go. We're coming out to the middle of the field. We've got 5 captains for Trinity and 3 for USJ. And before the toss, we're going to have the national anthem sung by Savannah Garrett. Savannah Garrett singing the national anthem, and now it's time for the toss of the coin. Titus Taylor. Anderson Preston, a senior. And John Thomas Langley, lineman on both sides of the ball. He's a senior. Harrison Vance. That's Daniel Cashin, Nick Jones, and Harrison Vance are the captains. And they are flanked by Nicholas Reddick and Fruel Goodwin and Halen Wilkerson. And they're about to toss the coin. It appears the Bruins have won the toss. And they will defer the choice to the second half, so the Lions will receive. And our kickoff tonight and for the rest of the season brought to you by Campbell King Interiors. Caroline Campbell and Erica King, 20 years combined in the interior design business, and they believe in clean designs paired with functional beauty. Campbell King Interiors bringing you, and there come the Bruins. And, of course, last week it was extraordinary when they came from behind. Here come the homestanding Lions. And they have a big turnout tonight. They had a huge tailgate in front of the stadium beforehand. This is a strong Trinity team. The big question that they have is depth. But you'll be seeing a lot of running from Leaky Tompkins. And no hesitation to get into the passing game with Cooper Vales. And for the Bruins, of course, it is our own Sam McMillan at tight end that will be one of the go-to receivers, as well as Ryan Hutchison and Alex Wallace. And at times he might even toss it to Noah Spencer out of the backfield. And Corbin Howard, the junior, will be at quarterback for the Bruins, but they will kick off to Trinity. And the sun has now disappeared behind the trees that flank us here along Windy City Road in Jackson. And football night in West Tennessee is about to re-emerge. It's hard to believe it's September 1st, and we'll be almost a third of the way through the regular season after this one is over for the Bruins. Had those two just scorching games last week. There were some of them that were postponed or canceled last week if they were non-conference games. This is a non-conference games, despite the fact that these are two intense rivals. And that's because USJ has moved up in class this year, but they're still playing Trinity and Jackson Christian. And getting set to kick it off is Anderson Preston, the senior. And back deep to receive is Nick Jones. He's standing right at about the goal line. And here goes your Campbell King Interiors kickoff. A little hesitation, and now we're underway. And Jones takes it. He's going it around the 15. He's taking it to the complete opposite side of the field, and he is smothered. So the Bruins nail him at about the 25-yard line. So it is 1st and 10 Lions, and we'll see what kind of offense they've dialed up for Cooper Vales tonight. This Bruin team has 8 sacks so far on the season, and they have only allowed 2. And this time it looks like we may be seeing a 3-man front to begin the game. So here we go. First play of the game. Vales calling the signals, hands it off right straight up the middle, and only a gain of about 1. Sam McMillan in on the tackle. And let's look at it on the Carlock replay. All right, let's see if he mixes the pass in on that. He passed 23 times during the, and we got a whistle before the handoff, and it looks like somebody moved beforehand. False start on the Lions. So it'll still be second down, but it'll be second down and 14 back to the 21. And again, they operate mostly out of the pistol. They've got 3 wide receivers, 2 at the top of your screen and 1 right. And this is going to be a big rush. And smelling that out beautifully was Alex Wallace. He knew what was coming there and dropped him for a 1-yard loss back to about the 20.5. So Leaky Thompson was spilled. So they're facing 3rd down and about 15. They've got to get to the 34.5 to reach first down territory. And he's going to still try to go up the middle. And Thompson finally gets across the 30. It was a good run. Alex Wallace on the tackle once again. And so he made it to the 31, and that'll be a 4th down and 3. So they're at the 32, and it looks like they are going to see if they can possibly draw the Lions offside, or draw the Bruins offside. They got a man in motion. They're going to go for it on 4th and 3, and it's a pitch back, and he gets across the 40, going down to about the 50. On the tackle is Noah Spencer, but that was a big one for Braden Waller. Notice, man in motion, and that's Waller. They fake the handoff, and then the pitch back to Waller. And he picks up a big, big gain on that one. 18 yards on the play. So they made it to midfield with the first down of the game. And once again, they're staying on the ground, and this one, Tompkins cannot get away as he is spilled back. They'll probably give him forward motion to the 46. And again, the Bruins were all over this one. You can tell they have been watching tape of this one, and Noah Spencer with his 2nd tackle of the game. So it's a loss of 4. They've run off 3 minutes in this drive here in the first quarter. And I heard a whistle. And Tompkins is going to check in over at the sidelines, and he's being replaced by Hank Miller, who's also known as Hammerin' Hank. He's the 5'7", 165-pounder, running back as well as a linebacker. 2nd down and 14 for the Lions. Bruins have given up 2 long runs. And good rush way high, but he picked it up in between the defenders and made it to the 40 for a first down, a 14-yard pickup. It looked as though they were really pushing back on Vales and trying to leap high to knock that one away, and it was just out of the range, and so he makes it all the way down to the 40. And that is a first down, the first completed pass of the game. And again, Lions have had a steady drive here, even though the Bruins have had some, and they are all over. And that's a fake to Tompkins, and nowhere to go, and it was a pickup of about 2.5 on that. Nick Jones on the carry. That'll be 2nd down and call it, they only give him 2 on it, so 2nd down and 8. And there was just nowhere for him to go. They sniffed that one out quite well. And again, 3-man front this time for the Bruins. Going back, this is going to be a screen pass, and it was too high over the head of Leaky Tompkins. Leaky's 6'1", but that one was just too high for him to grasp. So make it 3rd down and 8 from the 38. They've had 2 good 3rd down conversions so far in the game and 1 4th down conversion. It's a big 3rd down play for both teams this early in the game. Vales going back to pass. And fires and connects. He got an opening to Nick Jones over on the right-hand sideline, and he got another first down, 10-yard pickup. But we got a flag on the play. This one may be coming back, and the Bruins look as though they are clapping their hands as they expect this one to come back, so wipe that one off. And you got holding. So we'll repeat the third down. It'll be now 3rd down and 18. They have to get to the 30. So this is going to be a little bit bigger of a challenge, and you just got to believe that unless he does a pitch out, that Cooper Vales will probably be throwing this one. They've chewed up 4.5 minutes on this drive, and instead hands it up the middle to Tompkins. And he gets down to the 40, but he's still well short. They're going to spot it at the 39. And that's a pickup of 9. So Tompkins with 18 yards on 5 carries tonight. And they're going to go for it here. No reason not to gamble. They're on the 39 is where they spot it. So it's going to be, they got to get 9, 4th and 9. They made 1 4th down conversion so far this evening. Vales with a stacked backfield, 1 man in motion, and he's going to throw for it. Going for it all. He's got a man open, and it was over his head. He had Braden Waller out there, and he had beaten 2 defenders, but led him just a little bit too far. And so the Bruins have held, and they'll take over at the 39. And so it was a good defensive stand, and they were helped by that penalty, the holding penalty that knocked them back to almost midfield. So the Bruins will start out with actually relatively good field position at the 39. Corbin Howard will be calling the signals, and most of the night he'll be flanked by Noah Spencer. He's got a man in motion. Hands off to Spencer straight up the middle. He's got some room. He's got to the 50, to the 46, 17-yard pickup for Noah Spencer right off the bat, and they've got their first down of the game. A little bit of a high snap, but look at the blocking up front. And they went tempo, and once again, Spencer carries it and gets it down to, let's see where they're going to spot it, to the 45, so give him 2 on the play. 2nd down and 8. Almost halfway through, and calling his own number, quarterback draw. And we got a flag on the play. Howard picked up about 4, but it looks like this one may be coming back. And we got offensive holding. That may have helped open that hole for Corbin. So we'll replay 2nd down, and this is going to be a bit longer for the Bruins to have to navigate. They did a good job last week of staying away from the penalties, only penalized twice last Friday night against Union City. Got a man in motion once again, and Howard's going to hand it straight up again to Spencer, and he continues to move quite well. He got to about the 47, and he picks up 8, so he's gotten 3 carries for 27 yards. He's going to be the workhorse again tonight. 3rd down and 11 from the 47. They've got to get it to about the 36 for a first down. And he's going to go for it. Fires one down the field, and that one just gets away from everybody. So he had a man open deep, and he was trying to go for Aaron Tunstill and was just out of his range. So it will be 4th down. Bruins will punt. This is their first one of the night. So far we've had a defensive struggle, even though the teams have moved the ball relatively well. And there's a high end-over-end kick, and it is going to go out of bounds somewhere around the 20. And I think he's going to mark it at the 22 is where he said it went out of bounds. So that is a 24-yard punt. And so that's where the Lions will take it over at the 22. So Vales is going to work it. They're going to spread them out this time, and it looks like we may have 4 wide receivers and 1 man in the backfield, which is Tompkins. And he fakes it to Tompkins, and it's a pitch back. And getting through 2 defenders and finally coming down with him is Alex Wallace. But a pickup to the 40. And that is going to be 17 yards on the play for the Bruins. And you see, he got through 2 sets of defenders before he was finally commandeered by Alex Wallace. So a gain on the play of 16 yards and the 3rd first down of the evening for Trinity. 3 first downs for Trinity, 1 for USJ. Again, lined up almost in a straight I formation and going just straight up the middle for a gain of 3. And it's Hank Miller with the carry and a gain of 3. And Trinity goes with a relatively fast tempo. They're 57 yards away from pay dirt. Vales barking signals, goes right up the middle, and there is nowhere to go. A swarm of Bruins. You got Barrett Shelton in there. Carson Moore was in on it. And there's a big battle with Christian Melton in there as well. So a loss of 3 on the play. Now they've spotted it back on the 40, so it is 3rd down and still a 10. They got to get to midfield for the first down. And going for a screen pass, and that's not going to get the first down. Vales passes to Zane Atwood, and a gain of about 5. And the Bruins crash him out of bounds, so it's 4th and 5. But they have, so far in this game tonight, they have not had any penchant to go for a punt. Now they're going to back up into punt formation. So we'll see if you always got to be aware of a fake in a case like this, but instead he's going to punt. That's a high spiraling punt that is going to roll down to the 5. Excellent job on the punt. That was a 50-yard punt. So the Bruins are going to have to navigate 95 yards. But the Bruins have had a couple of drives during the course of their first 2 games this season that have started deep in their own territory, and they've had no fear of this under any circumstances. And there's a screen pass and nowhere to go. He got a yard out of it. And a little bit of extracurricular there. The pass was completed to Ryan Hutchison. But you'll notice right here, he was trying to get, and there was nobody to block over on the right-hand side. They smelled that out quite well. So only a yard on the play. All right, this time it's going to go to Spencer. And he grinds out to the 9. So it's a gain of about 3. And he's just doing the best he can to get whatever he can deep in his own territory. 4 carries for 30 yards so far tonight for Noah Spencer. And here come the Bruins with an important 3rd and 7. And he's going back to pass. And he's got his man over in the corner, and it's right there on. He may be about a half a yard short. It depends. It looks like that is the case. It's going to be 4th down and a half yard. Corbin with that toss and just could not grind out an extra yard out of it. Good effort on the part of Ryan Hutchison. And so they don't be surprised here if they try. They're going to go for it. And he's got it. He's across the 30, the 35, down to the 38-yard line. We got a big flag down there at the 38. So Noah Spencer, and that was a gambling play. He picked up 24 yards on the run. Let's see what the call is. Personal foul. And it's 15 yards from the end of the run, face mask. So that was a big run by Noah Spencer. And 15 yards, and they're right up over the ball very quickly. Handoff this time goes to Titus Taylor, and he picks up a big, nice chunk as he moves down to about the 42. That's a pickup of 5 for Taylor. And his first carry of the game, and they're going tempo once again. He gets it to Hutchison, and he's down to the 38, so he is about a yard shy of the first down. They've been going with a short passing game. Noah Spencer's really piling up the numbers, and Hutchison is piling up the catches tonight. And let's see what this call is. Did they get him offside? Yes, they did. They drew him offside, and so the Bruins are going to have another gift of a first down. Their 3rd of the night. That's 3 penalties for 20 yards against the Lions. And picking up tempo, Bo Wallace is dialing up a mixture of passes and runs in this series. You got a man in motion. Handoff is going to Spencer. He's going around to the 30 and inside to about the 29. So it is a gain of about 4. A little bit chippy out there tonight. 2nd down and 6. They have to make it to the 23 for a first down. Very confident now are the Bruins. And another hand up off the middle. It's Taylor, this time to the 10, the 5, touchdown Bruins! Titus Taylor with his first TD of the season. And notice how the blocking was absolutely perfect up front. They gave him an outstanding hole, and you had 1, 2, 3 missed tackles. 28 yards for a touchdown for Titus Taylor. And setting up for the extra point, up and good. So Bruins break up first, 7-0 with 20 seconds remaining in the first quarter. It's the Bruins 7, Trinity 0. Back with the kickoff right after this.
I will be the greatest, greatest, greatest. 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 I will be the
Buy a car in your bikini. Buy a truck in your jammies. Buy an SUV in your, well, no matter what you're wearing or not. Shop JonesChevroletHumboldt.com with the area's largest used car inventory.
Well, that was a 95-yard drive for the Bruins on 9 plays. They were helped by a couple of penalties. In particular, one that was a face mask that gave them a gift first down, and they just went with confidence on that drive, and it was a tremendous effort. And so the Bruins break on top 7-0. And here we go with the Campbell King Interiors kickoff. And high end over end. And it's taken by Nick Jones. Once again, he's at the 20, going down the sidelines. He may break this one through. There's only one man who can get him, and he does. It was an outstanding return down the left sideline. And Anderson Preston, the kicker, was the only one who could stop him. And that, my friends, was a 58-yard kickoff return. And just look and see how this one is. He got good air on this one, but, you know, he takes that ball right at the 10. And there he goes. He's off to the races, and thank goodness the kicker, Anderson Preston, was there to nail him. All right, Lions going with the same single man in the backfield, and here he goes down to the 26. A gain of about 11. It looks like it's another first down. So here they go. That is their 4th first down of the game. Taking his time on the signals. This will be the last play of the first quarter. And they're already deep. Not quite in the red zone. And there he goes. He's down to the 5 and trying to work his way down. Gets to the 4. Caleb Williams, the junior, the 160-pounder. And Bruins kept him out of the end zone. But he danced his way with a big pickup down to the 7. And that's the end of the first quarter. You score the Bruins 7, but the Lions threatening. Back with the second quarter right after this.
Is your vehicle ready for an oil change? Did you know that we do way more than just tires? From brakes to belts to alignments to even air conditioning work. Engine light on, we can fix that too. Come see us today at one of our 3 King Tire Company locations in Jackson and Humboldt. Hi, this is Kurt King with King Tire Company. Did you know that you're supposed to rotate your tires every 5,000 miles? Did you know that we do that free at King Tire Company? Come see us today at any 3 King Tire Company locations in Jackson and Humboldt and let my family take care of yours.
At Dynamics Physical Therapy, we help our clients get back to doing what they love. Dynamics is now serving communities throughout West Tennessee.
Steve Beverly back with you. Second quarter from Trinity Christian Academy, and the Lions are trying to answer very, very quickly. They've moved it down this far after that 58-yard kickoff return by Nick Jones. And they have moved it in 3 plays all the way down for a 1st and goal. They're working from the 7. And Vales with the handoff and going over left tackle, and is he in? Yes, he did. Made it into the end zone. Touchdown. Let's look at it on the Carlock replay. There was no question who that handoff was going to. And just bullying his way in, and so Leaky Tompkins makes it a 7-6 game. We're only 7 seconds here into the second quarter, and so here comes the try for the extra point. And we got a whistle. Let's see what that flag's all about. It was offside before the play. And Trinity is going to decline the penalty and just re-kick right at the same spot. So we'll line up and do it all over again. Kick is up. And the kick goes through. It's good. So it has been tied at 7. Thompson with that 7-yard run, and the game is tied, and so we'll be back with the kickoff right after this.
Are you looking to build a career? Build a career with West Tennessee's own H&M Company. H&M is a leading coast-to-coast industrial design and construction firm for Fortune 500 companies. Founded in Milan in 1957 and headquartered in Jackson, H&M is actively hiring in all areas of construction and engineering. Visit us at hmcompany.com to start building your career today.
Save thousands on a new Nissan at Carlock Nissan.
You should already be here.
Special interest rates as low as 0%.
You should already be here.
We have cars, trucks, SUVs, and the all-new electric Nissan Aria.
You should already be here.
We even have no payments for 90 days.
You should already be here.
Save thousands on a new Nissan at Carlock Nissan.
You should, you know what? I'm not going to say it.
Carlock Nissan of Jackson.
And there's the kickoff, and your Campbell King Interiors kickoff was bobbled by the Bruins, and so they're going to be starting not as deep as they did with the last drive. They're going to be right at the 20. So no yards returned on that one, so they'll have to do a traditional 80-yard drive to see if they can retake the lead in this one. These teams very well matched in the early going. The Bruins so far 91 yards on the ground to 70 for the Lions. Corbin calls the signals, fakes the pass, and going up the middle to the 30, 35, taking off to the 40, the 45, 50, and finally spilled down at the 44. But Spencer with a tremendous run of 36 yards, and you can see how that hole is opening up for him very, very quickly. And he's down the sidelines. And here we go with the next play, and up the middle it is Tyler going around the right side, and he is down to the 29, so they have done it in very quick motion. 2 quick first downs. And right back over the ball. They're going tempo tonight. Fake the handoff, and there's the pass to Hutchison. He's going down to the 25 and got another first down. Looks like they're going to mark it at about the 20, maybe the 19. So they are doing fast tempo tonight, and Hutchison with his 4th catch of the game already. And there he goes up the middle to the 5 and down to the 2. Noah with an 18-yard pickup, and it is first and goal. 7 first downs, and they're not wasting any time. And timeout is called. Bruins have it at the 3, and we got timeout. So let's take a 30-second timeout here on the Bruin Football Network.
Buying a home is a major milestone, and at the Bank of Jackson, we want to help you achieve it. Our mortgage specialists can assist you with conventional, VA, FHA, or construction loans, as well as USDA and THDA development loans. Serving the Jackson area for 25 years. The Bank of Jackson, your down-home community bank. You belong here. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Now the Bruins have driven all the way from their 20 in just 6 plays down to the 3. So they have navigated 77 yards on this drive, and they've been going tempo. Bo Wallace has felt like that he can get an advantage if he can just get right back up to the ball, and they are doing just that. First and goal, and the handoff going over left tackle and into the end zone. Touchdown for Noah Spencer. That is his 5th touchdown of the season. And look at the hole just open up. And he's in there, ducks his head, and goes in for the score. And the Bruins are back on top 13-7. And lining up to kick the extra point. And whistle before the kick. And it's good. So the Bruins 14-7. So Spencer with a 3-yard run. And so let's take a break. Bruins are back on top 14-7. And we'll be back with the kickoff right after this.
McCoy's Heating and Air specializes in more than just HVAC services. Our service department has expert plumbers to handle a wide variety of plumbing issues. Do you have a dripping faucet, broken toilet, or broken water heater? Whatever the issue may be, contact McCoy's today for quick service. Call McCoy's Heating and Air at 731-668-7492 or visit airmccoy.com. McCoy's Heating and Air, Jackson's most trusted team of technicians.
Football is one reason to love fall. Here's another. Save up to $16,000 on a fully loaded in-ground pool built this fall. Come by Aloha Pools and Spa's massive showroom on Carriage House Drive for full details and see available styles in person.
So the Bruins marched it down in 7 plays. And here we go for the kickoff. 7-play drive, and they did that in, believe it or not, they drove it all the way down the field in 58 seconds. So Bo Wallace's tempo has made a huge difference here. The offensive coordinator is just dialing up a good mix of run and pass, and there's your kick. Your Campbell King Interiors kickoff goes back to the 5. It's Nick Jones once again. And he is hammering his way down across the 40 to the 43. And that was Braden Waller instead of Nick Jones. We saw it looked like a 0, but it's an 8. So they have excellent kickoff return so far in this game tonight. He took that from the 5 all the way down to the 43 for a 38-yard return. So they've had 110 yards in return yardage so far in the game. Start with great field position at the 43. And there goes a handoff, fake the handoff to Tompkins, and he's going around the left-hand side. And a couple of Bruins finally nailing him down at the 50. So Waller with a pickup of 7. He's got 41 yards and 3 carries tonight. Not quite the 50, about the 49.5. And there he goes. He is stacked up. Bruins smelled that one out right off the bat. That was a combination of Mario Figueroa, who was on our coaches show this past week, and Sam McMillan teamed up for that stop. So it's a big third down play now for the Lions, and on defense for the Bruins. Third down and about 5.5 to go. They have to make it to the Bruin 47 for a first down, and they have shown no fear of going for it on fourth down so far tonight. Vale's calling signals. Tompkins in the backfield. He's got a man in motion. And he fakes the handoff, and that one is out in the flat for a screen, and he's got big yardage. Fumble! Bruins have it. Let's look at it again. It was Drew English. It looks as though it was Drew English. So English comes up with the fumble recovery, and that was huge. They got down to the 29-yard line. It was a big pickup, but he just simply lost control of it and drew English in on the fumble recovery. So the Bruins with an opportunity to get a cushion here and going back to pass, and it is to Alex Wallace, and he just grinds his way down to the 34 and picks up about 6 on the play. And he earned every bit of it, and they're right back over the ball once again. And here goes the handoff. And very, very little running room this time. And Connor Kay with the tackle. So only a gain of about 1. And he's going to Noah once again, and this time he gets to he's right on the edge of it. It looks like he may be a half yard short. He had to get to the 39 for a first down. It's fourth down and about a half yard, and I think they're going to go for it. Noah's already put up 123 yards rushing here in the first half, and we've still got 8 minutes to go. Big play, and he's churning and gets the first down. 8th first down of the night for the Bruins as he makes it down to the 40. So Noah 125 yards rushing tonight on 12 carries. And that one goes out. Now, is that going to be a lateral pass? That's very, very crucial. And he was going after Ryan Hutchison. So that is going to be considered a lateral pass, so it's not a passing play, so it is Hutchison who gets credited with the 4-yard loss. That's going to go in rushing statistics. Handoff, almost some miscommunication there, and they just absolutely slammed Noah Spencer right at the line of scrimmage. So it's at the 35.5. He might have gotten 1 on the play. They've got to get to the Lion 49 for a first down. This Lion defense has really, really stacked up on this series. And Corbin is looking for a little correction on the signals, and he's going back to pass. Fires one over the middle, and it was just out of the range of Alex Wallace. He's 5 of 7 passing tonight. So looks like this is going to be punt time for the Bruins because they're facing a 4th and 14, and no doubt about it. Good snap. And a high floating kick. And it is going to roll back out at about the 42 of the Lions. So that kick was about 28 yards. Bruins averaging 26 yards a kick tonight. Well, they're actually going to move it back up to they say it went out at about the 44 of the Lions. So that turns out to be not nearly the kick that we thought it was. So it's great field position for the Lions at the 44 with 6.5 to go here in the second quarter. Handoff to Tompkins right up the middle. He's got 5. He's got 9. They're going to give him almost the first down, and perhaps it looks like it may be second down and about a yard. So Tompkins with 42 yards on the night. 10 carries. So he's averaging 4, but that was his best really churning effort tonight to get that 9-yard pickup. And they go to him right again, and this time he is going to get the first down on second effort. Finally got his way to about the 34. And you can see he was churning those legs hard. He's a big, tall guy, very hard to bring down. That's the 6th first down of the game for the Lions. And they have moved it down to the 34. And they've been keeping it on the ground in this series. Again, working out of the pistol. And Tompkins in the backfield and a flag. So encroachment on the Bruins before the play. Somebody jumped, so they get a 5-yard penalty off of that one. That's 30 yards in penalties tonight on USJ. Bruins still with the lead, 14-7. But the Lions are threatening at the 29. And a pitch back to Tompkins, and he had blockers, but they forced him out, and doing a good job of finally nailing him all the way out was Sam McMillan. And he had good blocking going around the right-hand side and was finally pushed out by McMillan at about the 25. So it's second down and 1. Thompson with 53 yards rushing so far here in the first half. Man in motion, going to hand it, instead fake the handoff and pitch back. And going around the left-hand side, getting the first down, now changing direction. Solid tackle on that one by Barrett Shelton to bring him down, but not before he picked up another first down. So Waller has had a solid night tonight. And that was impressive when he turned himself back around, and it was, tell you what, McMillan, he had a huge one on that. And they go up the middle once again, and Tompkins with a pickup of about 5. Six first downs for the night for Trinity, 9 for USJ. And he's going to go straight up the middle, and it's hard to bring this guy down. Another fumble. I think he got it back, and he may have been down by the time the ball got away. It was loose, but the official already had his hand up on that, so it appears that it is third down and 1 as he can get to the 2 and still get a first down. And they're lined up, and he is going to be stacked up. It's going to be 4th and about, it's a loss of 2 on the play, so it's going to be 4th and about 3. So let's see what Trinity decides to do. They're close enough to go for a field goal because it would be almost the equivalent of an extra point. But that's not in the ledger for a lot of the playbooks in high school football to go for a field goal when you get down this deep. So they are down at about the 5.5, and we're going to have timeout. So let's take a 30-second timeout, and we'll be back with this important 4th down play.
Cooler weather this fall and a colder winter makes a spa even more enjoyable. Aloha Pools and Spas massive showroom features a huge selection of spas from the biggest names in the business. Come see us on Carriage House Drive in Jackson.
Do you want your smile to say it all? At Elite Dental Care, we'll make you and your family feel comfortable and secure with a variety of services and state-of-the-art care. We offer sedation dentistry that will make your time in the dental chair comfortable and relaxed. Come by and see our newly renovated and expanded office in Jackson or one of our other convenient locations in Trenton or Dyersburg. Trust your smile with Elite Dental Care and let your smile say it all.
Well, they're discussing it over on the sidelines, and Coach Bowling is telling him what he's looking for. It's a big one for Cooper Vales in at quarterback. And apparently, now I could be wrong on this, but it doesn't look like they're going to be lining up for a field goal because they've got Tompkins in there at a back. It's 4th and 3. Big defensive stand needed here for the Bruins, as they're choosing not to go for 3, but they're going to go for the field goal. This would be, and he takes the snap, and right straight up the middle. Is he there or is he short? Bruins are saying no. And let's see where they spot it. And he is a yard short. So the Bruins make an excellent defensive stand with 2:43 to go. Now watch it. They tried to get blocking up the middle, but the Bruins just clogged it up. And Noah Spencer was in on that tackle, as well as Sam McMillan. Sam's been all over the place tonight. They're going to come out and measure it just to be absolutely certain. He made it to about the 3, which is where he needed to be. But this thing still looks like it's going to be, that one is at least a yard short. He really needed to get it to the 2 for the first down. So Bruins will take it over on downs, and I have every reason to believe they're going to keep it on the ground and hope they can get it out of the depths of their own territory. But here they go. Tonight so far, they have already put up 198 yards on the ground. They picked up 8 first downs. And here goes the handoff to Spencer. He's got a room. He is open. He's gone down for 17 yards as he makes it all the way down to the 20. Boy, that hole opened up so big it looked like he might take it all the way. And here goes Noah again. He's going around left end. And there's a flag that may be holding. So we'll check on that. But that was a big 17-yard run. And Noah Spencer already with 143 yards rushing. And as I unfortunately thought, it is holding on that play to get him that last bit of an opening. So that's going to move it back to about the 10. And instead, they move it back to the 13. So the Bruins 5 penalties for 50 yards in the game. So it is first down and 16 on the play. And this one, he tried to go up the middle and nowhere to go. It looks like he may have lost a couple. And they're going to spot this. Bruins right back up over the ball. They're going to spot. He lost one on the play. Corbin calling the signals. And here goes again, another hole around the right-hand side, and finally getting up to about the 19. And it's going to be 3rd down and 12. And we've got timeout called. We're going to keep it right here with 96 seconds to go in the first half, and Bruins will have a 3rd and about 13 coming up. Well, let's look at some of the stats tonight. It has been a workhorse night once again for Noah Spencer, as I'm totaling my ledger sheet here. 16 carries for 149 yards in the first half alone. That's amazing. And you've got Taylor, who scored one of the 2 touchdowns. Noah scored the other one. And Titus Taylor has 3 carries for 46 yards tonight. And over for Trinity, 64 yards rushing for their workhorse, Leaky Thompson. Waller has picked up 50 tonight. So here we go with a 3rd and 12. They have to make it right to about the 30 for a first down. High snap. And trying to break through everybody. Noah has made it down, and did he get across the line? Did he get across before he went out of bounds? And it depends on where the official is going to spot it. And it looks like he may be 2 yards short. And they are going to spot it at the 27, and the Bruins look like they're going to punt this one. So back deep to punt, and we got a whistle. And let's see, did we have an illegal shift? No, we had timeout before. So the final timeout of the first half for the Lions. So let's take a 30-second break, and we'll be back with the punt.
Save thousands on a new Nissan at Carlock Nissan.
You should already be here.
Special interest rates as low as 0%.
You should already be here.
We have cars, trucks, SUVs, and the all-new electric Nissan Aria.
You should already be here.
We even have no payments for 90 days.
You should already be here.
Save thousands on a new Nissan at Carlock Nissan.
You should, you know what? I'm not going to say it.
Carlock Nissan of Jackson.
Bruins back deep to punt. Leading 14-7. Lions will have one final opportunity in the half. As a high, lazy kick, and it is going to take a Lion bounce, and it's at about the 50, so a 27-yard punt. And so once again, it's at the 49. That is going to give excellent field position for the Lions to try to see if they can drive it down in 79 seconds and tie this game. They got it all the way down to the 3 on their last series, and then they were stopped cold on a 4th down play. So this is where you really have to be careful not to get into that prevent defense that oftentimes players will say just prevents you from staying ahead or allows the other team to score. And that one's a quick throw, quick hitter over the right-hand side, and it is complete to Braden Waller. And that's a gain of about 4. So Waller with the catch. And he's going to go back. He's going to the air once again. And that one is short. He was going over on the right-hand side, going for Zane Atwood, and it was just too far out of his range. So this is a big 3rd down play because you got to believe this is probably 4 down territory for the Lions because they have gambled on 4th down on more than one occasion. 3rd down and 6. 67 seconds remaining. Bruins took the early lead. Lions came back to tie it, and then the Bruins scored again on a 3-yard run by Noah Spencer. Vale's going back to pass, and he was clobbered. Now, Tompkins, can he get himself in for the first down? And it believed that he did. They're going to have to hurry up over the ball. Or is he short? And it looks like they may measure it. It looks like he may be a yard shy. So this is going to be a crucial 4th and 1. Lions over the ball, clock ticking, and they have no timeouts remaining in this half. And he's going to try to go for it with a bomb. 4th and 1, and high up, and picking that one up. And you can see the intensity. That was a big catch for Braden Waller. And a flag has been thrown. Now the question is, did they get Waller for an unsportsmanlike conduct, or are they going to do it against the Bruins? Because Waller got up, and it looked as though he was, from his facial expression, it looked like he might have been taunting. We'll see what the officials have to say about it. And they pick up the flag. And they're going to say it's against Trinity, so it's going to be half the distance to the goal line. USJ is going to take their first time out. 29 seconds remaining. We'll keep it right here. That was a 38-yard bomb to Braden Waller. And you had just a little bit of too much extracurricular activity there. It could have gone either way, but they ruled against the Bruins. So they've got 29 seconds, and the ball is spotted at the, looks like the ball is spotted at the 4, so they have a 1st and goal. And so far in the game, Vale 6 out of 7 for 89 yards in the passing department, but his last 3 catches have been in the hands of Braden Waller, and he's had himself a fine night tonight. Also 4 rushes for 50 yards. And you can see the big crowd that is here tonight at TCA. So here we go, 29 seconds remaining, and they are on the 4 with a 1st and goal and a man in motion. They go right up over left tackle and trying to get in for the touchdown, and they do. Tompkins carries it in the 4 yards with 22 seconds remaining. And they are an extra point away from tying this. That's his 2nd touchdown run of the game. And both of them have been here in the 2nd quarter. He's got 68 yards rushing on the night. And here goes the extra point, blocked. That was a slow developing kick, and the Bruins were all over it, and so the kick is blocked. So the Bruins hold on to the lead, 14-13. And unless they get a big run here on the kickoff upcoming, you got a strong feeling that they'll probably just wind the clock out and go to the locker room with that 14-13 lead. And considering the amount of offense that has gone through the air for Trinity, and then combine that with the rushing of both Thompson and Waller, if you're Derek Pritchard, you have to be relatively pleased that you're going into the locker room with a 1-point lead. Special teams make all the difference in games like this, and that blocked extra point could be a huge factor later in this game. So we're getting ready for another Campbell King Interiors kickoff. And Joshua Delk, the junior, is backing up to kick it, and here we go. And it is taken at about the 18-yard line. And Spencer picked up about 9. Actually, that was Drew English on the return. So the Bruins will have it at their own 27 with just a shade less than 16 seconds remaining. And you just have to believe they will probably take a knee on this one, but they could surprise me because that's why they're over there talking it over with Bo Wallace right now. So let's see what they perhaps have dialed up here. Ball at the 27. And they instead just try to go right up the middle with it. And a pickup of about 5, and that will bring an end to the half as Noah Spencer tacks on to his total. He may be nearing record territory tonight. And that is the end of the first half. And the Bruins lead it at halftime, 14-13. And it has been evenly matched all the way through. And frankly, tonight it's going to be probably a case of depth and also stamina, trying to get through this second half because they have had just really, there have been some chippy moments in this game. But the Bruins have hung tough all the way across and lead it by the smidgen of an extra point, 14-13. And also, I'll mention to you right here because this total is just getting to be amazing. Already 18 carries for 165 yards for Noah Spencer. It's just been an electrifying night for him, and he has 1 touchdown as well. Well, we are going to take about a 10-minute break and let you have an opportunity to visit with some of our outstanding sponsors that we are so proud of here on the BallGame Blitz Sports Network and on Worthy Road Studios. We are very, very pleased, and we thank all of them for all the support that they give across the board to high school athletics and college athletics in this region. And so as you watch these commercials, please go by and patronize our sponsors and tell them how much you appreciate them supporting, particularly USJ Bruin football. Let's take the break, and I'll come back and I'll give you all the halftime stats. So stay with us, everybody.
Is your vehicle ready for an oil change? Did you know that we do way more than just tires? From brakes to belts to alignments to even air conditioning work. Engine light on, we can fix that too. Come see us today at one of our 3 King Tire Company locations in Jackson and Humboldt.
Chris King here with King Tire Company. Leveling kits, lift kits, wheels, and tires, we can take care of that at any of our King Tire Company locations at a price you can afford.
Hello folks, this is Gary Deaton right here at Deaton's Carpet One. I want to let you know we've been in business for 48 years. Here's what I believe has made the difference. Our lifetime labor warranty on everything we install. Our healthy living installation, bacteria and germs cannot survive in our new flooring. Our beautiful guarantee, if you don't just love it, we'll replace it. It will make your flooring experience priceless. We're located on Freedom Highway, 1000 Highway 45 bypass in good old Jackson, Tennessee.
Downtown is thriving and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
No matter where you are, you can shop 24/7 at HumboldtDodgeChryslerJeep.com with the area's largest used car inventory. Buy a car in your bikini. Buy a truck in your jammies. Buy an SUV in your, well, no matter what you're wearing or not. Shop JonesChevroletHumboldt.com with the area's largest used car inventory.
At Nest Realty Jackson, connections and relationships are at the heart of everything we do. We wake up every day with the goal of helping our agents build trust, relationships, and community. Let's connect.
Is your vehicle ready for an oil change? Did you know that we do way more than just tires? From brakes to belts to alignments to even air conditioning work. Engine light on, we can fix that too. Come see us today at one of our 3 King Tire Company locations in Jackson and Humboldt.
If it's black, round, and rolls, we have it in stock for you. I'm Taylor at King Tire Company. Come see us at any of our 3 convenient locations in Jackson or Humboldt and let our family take care of yours.
If you are in need of luxury interior design services, look no further than Campbell King Interiors. Based in Jackson, Tennessee, Caroline Campbell and Erica King have a combined experience of 31 years. From residential design services to commercial construction, no job is too big. Let Campbell King Interiors transform your vision into reality. You can find them at www.campbellkinginteriors.com or on Instagram and Facebook.
Downtown is thriving and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
At Nest Realty Jackson, connections and relationships are at the heart of everything we do. We wake up every day with the goal of helping our agents build trust, relationships, and community. Let's connect.
Save thousands on a new Nissan at Carlock Nissan.
You should already be here.
Special interest rates as low as 0%.
You should already be here.
We have cars, trucks, SUVs, and the all-new electric Nissan Aria.
You should already be here.
We even have no payments for 90 days.
You should already be here.
Save thousands on a new Nissan at Carlock Nissan.
You should, you know what? I'm not going to say it.
Carlock Nissan of Jackson.
No matter where you are, you can shop 24/7 at HumboldtDodgeChryslerJeep.com with the area's largest used car inventory.
Turn to the experts. Since 1955, Garrett Plumbing and Heating has been the leader in plumbing, heating, and air conditioning service and installation for West Tennessee. A proud supporter of USJ Bruin Athletics, we are your local Carrier Factory authorized dealer. Call Garrett Plumbing and Heating 668-3339 for all of your plumbing, heating, and air needs.
I will be the greatest, greatest, greatest. 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 I will be
Buy a car in your bikini. Buy a truck in your jammies. Buy an SUV in your, well, no matter what you're wearing or not. Shop JonesChevroletHumboldt.com with the area's largest used car inventory.
Is your vehicle ready for an oil change? Did you know that we do way more than just tires? From brakes to belts to alignments to even air conditioning work. Engine light on, we can fix that too. Come see us today at one of our 3 King Tire Company locations in Jackson and Humboldt. Hi, this is Kurt King with King Tire Company. Did you know that you're supposed to rotate your tires every 5,000 miles? Did you know that we do that free at King Tire Company? Come see us today at any 3 King Tire Company locations in Jackson and Humboldt and let my family take care of yours.
At Dynamics Physical Therapy, we help our clients get back to doing what they love. Dynamics is now serving communities throughout West Tennessee.
Are you looking to build a career? Build a career with West Tennessee's own H&M Company. H&M is a leading coast-to-coast industrial design and construction firm for Fortune 500 companies. Founded in Milan in 1957 and headquartered in Jackson, H&M is actively hiring in all areas of construction and engineering. Visit us at hmcompany.com to start building your career today.
Save thousands on a new Nissan at Carlock Nissan.
You should already be here.
Special interest rates as low as 0%.
You should already be here.
We have cars, trucks, SUVs, and the all-new electric Nissan Ariya.
You should already be here.
We even have no payments for 90 days.
You should already be here.
Save thousands on a new Nissan at Carlock Nissan.
You should, you know what? I'm not going to say it.
Carlock Nissan of Jackson.
Buying a home is a major milestone, and at the Bank of Jackson, we want to help you achieve it. Our mortgage specialists can assist you with conventional, VA, FHA, or construction loans, as well as USDA and THDA development loans. Serving the Jackson area for 25 years. The Bank of Jackson, your down-home community bank. You belong here. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
McCoy's Heating and Air specializes in more than just HVAC services. Our service department has expert plumbers to handle a wide variety of plumbing issues. Do you have a dripping faucet, broken toilet, or broken water heater? Whatever the issue may be, contact McCoy's today for quick service. Call McCoy's Heating and Air at 731-668-7492 or visit airmccoy.com. McCoy's Heating and Air, Jackson's most trusted team of technicians.
Football is one reason to love fall. Here's another. Save up to $16,000 on a fully loaded in-ground pool built this fall. Come by Aloha Pools and Spa's massive showroom on Carriage House Drive for full details and see available styles in person. Cooler weather this fall and a colder winter makes a spa even more enjoyable. Aloha Pools and Spa's massive showroom features a huge selection of spas from the biggest names in the business. Come see us on Carriage House Drive in Jackson.
Do you want your smile to say it all? At Elite Dental Care, we'll make you and your family feel comfortable and secure with a variety of services and state-of-the-art care. We offer sedation dentistry that will make your time in the dental chair comfortable and relaxed. Come by and see our newly renovated and expanded office in Jackson or one of our other convenient locations in Trenton or Dyersburg. Trust your smile with Elite Dental Care and let your smile say it all.
Save thousands on a new Nissan at Carlock Nissan.
You should already be here.
Special interest rates as low as 0%.
You should already be here.
We have cars, trucks, SUVs, and the all-new electric Nissan Ariya.
You should already be here.
We even have no payments for 90 days.
You should already be here.
Save thousands on a new Nissan at Carlock Nissan.
You should, you know what? I'm not going to say it.
Carlock Nissan of Jackson.
Steve Beverly back with you live at Trinity Christian Academy. The Bruins holding on to a narrow 14-13 lead over the Lions. Let me give you the team totals, and then you're going to hear some extraordinarily impressive individual totals. Let's look at it from first downs. USJ with the edge 9-7. Passing, the Bruins 5 out of 7 from Corbin Howard for 30 yards. Cooper Vales for Trinity has the edge 6 out of 7 for 89 yards. In the rushing category, the Bruins are handily ahead. They've rushed it 22 times for 207 yards, while Trinity has carried it 24 times for 139 yards. So it's almost dead even, but the Bruins have a small margin, 237 to 228 in total offense. Return yards in the game, and some of that was led by a big 58-yard kickoff return by Nick Jones. Trinity with 110 yards in returns and USJ with 23. There's been one fumble lost, and that was deep into the Bruins territory when they recovered a Trinity fumble, and the Bruins have not coughed it up. We've had no interceptions in the game tonight. Punting, this is where the Bruins probably looking to get a bit better on. They are 3 for 22.3 yards in punting, and Trinity has only punted once because they've taken 3 gambles on fourth down tonight. They've only punted once for 50 yards. That was a big boomer that went all the way back to the 5-yard line of the Bruins. In penalties, the Bruins 5 for 50 yards. They were hit with an unsportsmanlike conduct late in the half that gave the Lions another 4 yards closer to the end zone that led to a touchdown. Trinity has been flagged 4 times for 24 yards. The scoring in the game, with 20 seconds left in the first quarter, Titus Taylor carried one 28 yards into the end zone for the Bruins for the first touchdown to lead it 7-0. And then, very shortly into the second quarter, with 11:53 to go after that big, long return and a couple of quick passes, Leaky Thompson had a 7-yard run for a touchdown, and he tied it up 7-7. The extra point was good with 11:53 to go in the first half. 58 seconds later, the Bruins answered. Noah Spencer with a 3-yard run. That's his 5th touchdown of the season. And so the Bruins back on top 14-7. And then late in the half, after an extensive drive in the final 2 minutes, Thompson scored again on a 4-yard run with 22 seconds left, but the extra point was blocked by the Bruins, and so made it a 14-13 game, which is where we are at halftime. Now, let me give you some of these individual totals. I'll do the passing first. I'll keep you in suspense as to where we are on rushing, because some of these are phenomenal totals. In passing, the Bruins 5 out of 7 for 30 yards, and Ryan Hutchison has snagged 4 of them for 24. The Lions 6 out of 7 for 89, and Cooper Vales has connected up with Waller 4 times for 61 yards. Now here goes the rushing category for Trinity. Tompkins is the leader. He scored both touchdowns, 17 carries for 68 yards. Waller has been used on some end arounds, and he has picked up 50 yards on 4 carries. And Atwood picked up 1 for 16 yards. And so they have total 139 yards in the game. But for the Bruins, in the first half alone, Noah Spencer, 18 carries for 165 yards. That is absolutely phenomenal. His big game of the season was in the opener when he had 164 yards for the whole game in 24 carries against Peabody. So he is on a track tonight. It probably won't happen, but he's on a track tonight to get 300 yards rushing. What that would be in the record books, and I know he would trade any of that in order for the Bruins to come away with their 3rd consecutive victory of the season. Titus Taylor with 3 carries for 46 yards and a touchdown, and as we say, the Bruins have run it for 207 yards in the first half alone. So that gets you up to date on all of the totals tonight, but we'll keep you apprised of Noah Spencer's numbers as they continue to just get bigger and bigger and bigger. And it has been just an overwhelming performance tonight. He came into the game this evening with 40 carries for 271 yards. That gets him now 58 carries in 2.5 games. We can't say it for a full 3. In 2.5 games, Noah Spencer, 58 carries, and get this, and I'm looking at his numbers right here, 58 carries for 436 yards. So he's going at about 7.5 yards a carry, but unless something catastrophic happens, he may end this game tonight already halfway to an 1,000-yard season. That would just be phenomenal after just game 3. But there's still 24 minutes of work to be done here, and the Bruins are hanging on to a very tenuous 14-13 lead. And once again, it has been defense that has been the big factor on both sides of the ball, even though you got a lot of offense that is put up. Bruins with 237 yards in total offense, 228 for the Lions. So it's going to be, you got to know they're going to continue to use Noah Spencer as a workhorse, but the big, just really the big overriding thing is, would Bo Wallace from time to time use that as a fake and go to someone else, or will he continue to pick up the passing game as he has? They haven't been able to get one to go deep tonight. The longest gain from scrimmage on a pass has been 13 yards to Ryan Hutchison. And on the other side of the category, a 38-yarder to Braden Waller from Cooper Vale. So it could come down. This is one of those that could just come down to the absolute last series of the game. But this is what you expect when you have USJ and Trinity get together. It could be one of these that is just a Donnybrook until the very, very end. But I, again, want to mention to you that next week we'll be right back here with another one. It will be it'll be USJ going against Jackson Christian, and that is always another really, really interesting one, and so we hope you'll be with us for that. And again, our thanks to all of our fine sponsors, and reminding all of you that we will be back for our second week of the USJ Coaches Show this coming Wednesday night, and we'll be live from the Blacksmith downtown. The food is great, the fellowship is great, and the interviews have been most enlightening. And what we heard this past week from Bo Wallace and head coach Derek Pritchard, as well as having Sam McMillan as one of our guests and Mario Figueroa, we really got to know these players up close and personal. We're going to be focusing on the volleyball team this week, so I know you want to, particularly if you're a big supporter of USJ volleyball, you'll want to be with us for that. 7:30 on Wednesday night, live from the Blacksmith. And so hope all of you will be with us. If you can't be then, I invite you to come down and have a meal down at the Blacksmith while your Bruins are on the air, because they would love your support out of that. And it's a great place to eat, and the food is just out of this world. So I'm giving you the live invitation right there. Do it. I look forward to seeing you and meeting you personally next Wednesday night at the Blacksmith. But the horn has gone off, and we are about set to go with our second half Campbell King Interiors kickoff. Caroline Campbell and Erica King, 20 years combined in interior design business in West Tennessee, and they believe in clean designs paired with functional beauty. They will do you a fabulous job if you're looking to renovate a room or an entire house. Email them, go online, check their Facebook page, or check their website at campbellkinginteriors.com. They will be some of the best people in the business that you want to go to and look to make those improvements around your house, and they treat you right, and they will see that it is done right. And we appreciate them sponsoring, both Caroline and Erica, for sponsoring our kickoffs here on the BallGame Blitz Sports Network. BallGame Blitz is up in Nashville tonight. Our executive producer, Paul Schultze, is there because Jackson Christian is playing in the state capitol tonight. So the players are, apparently they're giving them an extra 2.5 minutes. The 20-minute halftime break, I guess, was not enough. So they're giving them an extra 2.5 minutes to warm up and get ready after they came out of the locker room. I think the players are ready to get back out there and get to it. Our good friend Brendan Shields from the Jackson Post, that just is, I will say this right here. They are the youngest newspaper in the city of Jackson, but I will tell you they do the finest job of local news coverage, and they do an outstanding job of covering high school sports. They are absolutely the best in the business. Brandon has been at it for so many years, and he does both news and sports, Julia Ewalt, and we appreciate them, and he's here tonight to cover this game for the Post. I know a lot of you are looking forward to the start of UT football tomorrow, and all of the Southeastern Conference and most of the country will be in action, including, and I will say this because it's my alma mater, including the two-time defending champion Georgia Bulldogs as they take on UT Martin in what should be a real thriller. And I'm sure all of you will find it that way. So about a minute left to go. And it'll be interesting to see also if, for the Lions, if Cooper Vales continues to use Waller as his most frequent target. Drew English came up with a fumble recovery deep in the territory of the Bruins that snuffed out a drive. And that's one thing the Bruins have been outstanding about is forcing turnovers here in the first 2.5 games of the season. They've done an excellent job of forcing turnovers and having an opportunity for either snuffing out drives or giving a new opportunity for the Bruins. And you got to believe Corbin Burnson, thinking about that actor that used to be on Thursday nights on NBC, Corbin Howard. You got to know that particularly as a junior, he wants the ball and he wants to be in that leadership capacity. Now the Bruins are going to get, they opted to make their decision here in the second half, and so they are going to get the ball first. So it is time now for the Campbell King Interiors kickoff to lead off the second half with the Bruins on top 14-13. And getting set to kick it off is Joshua Delk, the 5'11", 170-pounder, and he kicks it off, and it is a relatively short kick, taken on about the 15, picking up a lot of good yardage, 28 yards on that return. Outstanding job. He just churned ahead once the defenders locked in on him. Excellent job on that return by Alex Wallace. So the Bruins will start out at their own 38. So they got to navigate a 62-yard drive here to get a score to go up by what they hope would be 8. And here we go to start the third quarter. Empty backfield and calling his own number for the first time tonight and picking up 4 yards on the play. And a good job on that one. And he just called that straight quarterback draw. So a pickup of 4 on the play. Second down and 6 for the Bruins. Hand off to Spencer. He's going to go around right end this time. Gets it up to close to the first down, about maybe a yard and a half short. They're going to spot it on the 47. So here we go. They're going tempo once again. He's looking over at the sidelines. They've got to navigate a 3rd and 1, and you wonder if this is 4-down territory for the Bruins. Again, empty backfield, a high snap. He's going to do the best he can with it and is going to be stopped short at about the 48. He got about 1. That was not the way the play was designed. So let's see what they decide to do. No, they gave him the first down. So it looked as though he was stopped short, but that is the 10th first down of the evening for the Bruins. Handoff goes over right tackle. And Spencer carries again and picks up down to the Lion 46. So it is a gain of 7. He's at 177 yards rushing in tonight's game. And it looks like I think that one probably is going to go as false start. Yeah, it looked like somebody moved over on the right-hand side of the line, and so a 5-yard penalty. That hurts the start of another drive. That's the 6th penalty against the Bruins, 55 yards. So instead of a 2nd and 3, it's a 2nd and 8. So let's see what Bo Wallace dials up this time. And handoff again goes, and that one's Titus Taylor, and he has crossed midfield once again. So he picked up 4. Taylor with 50 yards rushing on the night, and he just churned those legs once he got across midfield and got that extra yard. So it is 3rd down and 6. They have to get it to about the 33.5, and he's going to go for the pass. That's a touch pattern, and he has caught it. And Wallace is going to try to navigate his way all the way down, and he gets to the 9. Oh, my goodness. Wallace with a fabulous second effort. That's a 42-yard gain and 1st and goal Bruins. So Alex Wallace with his second reception to the night, and that was a huge one. So Bruins knocking on the door again. Handoff, and it is Spencer, gets down to, as he keeps churning ahead, gets down to about the 5. That was a little bit of a high snap, but he got enough blocking, and then they finally cascaded in on him, and he made it to the 5. So here they are quickly up over the ball once again. And flag. And it's going to be another false start. Well, that's the second one on this series. So that's going to send them back. It's going to be 2nd down and 10 now as they're going back outside the 10-yard line. They're going to spot it at the 11. So 2nd down and 10. Man in motion, going right. Here comes another man in motion left, and that's Spencer, and he's lining up again, and he takes the handoff. He's got blocking in front of him, but he can only get a yard to the 10. He had Noah Britt in front of him, and he was trying to open up a hole there, but it was the right-hand side of the Lion line that stopped him. So you got to believe they're going to go pass here. It's 3rd down, and they're right at the 10. And he's looking over, trying to get his instructions from Coach Pritchard. Again, man in motion. And he rolls out, flag down, and he got in for the touchdown, but let's check the flag. Flag thrown at about the 12, and I think the Bruins are anticipating a penalty. And it looks like I'm seeing another false start once again. It's an illegal shift. So wipe off the touchdown, and we had every idea that that was going to be the case. 65 yards in penalties against the Bruins, and that has sent them all the way back to the 15. And it is 3rd down and goal. And you don't want to keep going backwards in this one. That was a beautifully set up play over on the left-hand side around left end. And the Bruins knifed it in for the touchdown, but that flag was thrown way before he reached the end zone. Working out of the shotgun. Here goes a screen. It's Wallace, but he's not going to get anywhere. He got right back to the line of scrimmage. And you can see how this one just did not develop. He was trying to get a set of blockers, but they smelled out that play, and it was Joshua Delk in on the main tackle, so they're going for a field goal. And it's Cooper Sykes in to kick it, and it is up. And wide left. So the Bruins with an outstanding drive, but they could not convert the field goal. And the Lions will take over again at their own 15. So Bruins got down as far as the 3 in that you had 2 false start penalties that sent them backward 10 yards. So they will start it at the 20. First and 10. Lions fake the handoff to Tompkins. And outstanding, losing his helmet over on the side is Waller. But he gained approximately 8 yards. And let's see where they spot it at. And hobbling off the field for the Lions is Halen Wilkerson, the senior offensive lineman. So we got a flag, and that is going to send them backward. So wipe off the gain. And it goes back to the 15-yard line. That's the 5th penalty against the Bruins and against the Lions in tonight's game for 29 yards. So that strong gain by Braden Waller has to be wiped off. So it's 1st and 15 at the 15. And we're already getting close to the halfway point of this third quarter. This game is zipped along. Going back to pass is Vales, and he goes for the screen to Tompkins, and he doesn't get much out of that. It looks like maybe 2. Possibly they give him 3. Let's look at it on the car locker replay. And the receivers were well covered, so he checked off to Tompkins, and so it is 2nd down and 12. 92 yards passing in the game for Cooper Vales. And they have got a big rush on, but there's one into the flat, but picking him up. And that might be a little bit of extra roughness there, and I believe that is not going to be faring well for the Bruins. He gained 5 yards on the pass play. But the Bruins, well, let's see what happens here. Personal foul. Yeah, face mask. It does not happen well when those situations occur. So it is 1st and 10, and the ball is all the way up to the 37-yard line. 80 yards in penalties against the Bruins tonight. And there goes Tompkins. And he's got a big pickup down to the 46. And that's a gain of 8. Just pounding it up the middle. 76 yards on the night for Leaky Tompkins. And that sophomore, he's a big 215-pounder, goes 6'2", and I'm telling you, 2 more years of him, it's going to be hard for opponents all around West Tennessee. Under 6 minutes to go in the third period, and I believe we got a false start. Looked as though it was on the right-hand side of the line, and it indeed was. So that is the 6th penalty of the night against the Lions for 34 yards. So the ball is at the 42, and that makes it a 2nd down and 6. Now he moved it back to the 41 instead. So it's still a 2nd down and 6. They have to get to the 47 for a 1st down. Man in motion. It's Waller. And he gets it, and he is spilled. And very happy about that on the other side was Christian Melton. And Virtually no gain on the play, so it will be third down. Big third down play for both teams right now. Trying to develop momentum. This would be huge if the Bruins could get a stop right here. And going back out of the pistol, rolling to his right. That one's going to be way out of bounds. Tried for his intended receiver, Joshua Delk, but that one went over into the Lion bench. That's only his second incompletion of the night. So it's 4th down and 6, and we have seen them go for it in these situations tonight, but it looks like they're backing up to punt, and Delk is coming in to do that. This is one of those that you just have to be very, very alert and have your antenna up for a potential fake. Instead, they go back and high spiraling kick that gets a big TCA roll and goes back to the 15-yard line. So that was another huge one tonight. The punting game has been outstanding. 44-yard punt. They're averaging 47 yards on 2 punts, so the Bruins are going to have to start deep again back at their own 15 with a little more than 4.5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. It was 14-13 at halftime. The difference, a blocked extra point after a touchdown run by Leaky Thompson. Quick pass, going to his right and churning away to get about 5 yards. And you can see it again on the Carlock replay. And as he pushed it up to about the 21, got a man in motion. Now it is Spencer right alongside and takes the handoff. And trying to get some blocking and get across that 25 for the first down, and he indeed does. A pickup of 6. 189 yards rushing so far tonight for Noah Spencer. And this is probably the biggest night of his career rushing. 12 first downs now on the night for the Bruins. Now he's lined up to the right. And he's going to take it again, going around right in and picking up down to the 38 or 39-yard line. And they're marking it at about the 38. And it looks like that may be another first down. Instead, we got a flag, and so wipe that one off. That was a sure first down, but they're going to bring this one all the way back, and another long run is stifled by penalties. 85 yards in penalties against the Bruins, so it's now 1st and 12. And they're lining up on the 24. Sidewinder trying for a screen and nothing there. A loss of 2. And Ryan Hutchison did everything he could, but they absolutely smelled that one out. That is Hutchison's 6th catch of the night. So the Bruins, 2nd and 13 at the 22. Titus Taylor in motion. Now rolling out right. And that one is just outside of the hands. That was a bang-bang play, but it went outside of the hands of Hutchison. Corbin is 9 of 12 passing tonight, and it was a good pattern, but He had single coverage out there, and he needed to probably lead him about another yard. So we go back up to the 23. 3rd and 13. And they're lining up again with Spencer in the backfield, and they've got 3 men split out. He fakes it instead, drives it out, gets to about the 33, but that's going to be short of the first down. A good catch by Hutchinson. Gain of about 10. So it is going to be 4th down and 4. So Bruins to punt it. They ate up about 4 minutes on the clock during that drive, and there you go. That was a change in the snap count, and Bruins have a first down. Encroachment. And that's one, they managed that last week against Union City, particularly in a punting situation. So that's the second time in 2 games that they've navigated a first down in that kind of situation. And the official is coming over to talk to Coach Bowling. So 1st and 10 for the Bruins. It'll be on the 38. And they have eaten up a good bit of clock, about 4 minutes and 40 seconds on this drive. And I can tell you he is, and the official is just shaking his head. No, this is not going to end up as any kind of successful argument, but Coach Bowling is going to be emphatic in making his point that he didn't think his players were offside. But all that did was just extend the game about 2 minutes. So the Bruins with 13 first downs in the game now. This is a drive that seems like it has taken forever and a minute. But here they come again with another set of downs. And at one point, they were facing a 2nd and 13. Vales with an empty backfield, and there are 4 receivers. And that one goes to Hutchison, who is clobbered at the 42, but it is a gain of 4. Tell you, Hutchison has taken a pounding out there tonight. That's his 8th reception this evening. That'll make it 2nd down and 6. And again, the clock continues to run in the 3rd quarter. Spencer is in motion behind the quarterback. Now he lines up beside him, and he's going to take the handoff, go around left end. He's got the first down and gets it to right at about midfield. And that's a pickup of 8. So another first down, and Noah Spencer is on the precipice of 200 yards, 197 yards rushing tonight. He had 165 in the first half. Here again, quarterback calling his own number. Here goes Corbin, and he's going to pick up about 3 to the 47. That was a design play. He's only carried it 3 times tonight, but that may open up something for them now that they're across midfield. And as they're not going tempo as much as they did in the first half. And they've got 5 wide receivers split out. Again, nobody in the backfield until we see Spencer come over and line up right behind the quarterback, and he's going to go for it and can't go anywhere. No gain on the play for Noah Spencer. That may end the 3rd quarter. So it's going to be a 3rd down and 7 for the Bruins, and they may just let this one run out. And they're perfectly content to do just that, I think, and start with that 3rd down play as we begin the 4th quarter. Well, he may go for it anyway. Man in motion is Titus Taylor. He's going to have to hurry and fire it long. He's got it at the 15, the 10, down to the 7-yard line. It is Ryan Hutchison who got behind the defenders. His 9th catch of the night. And Trinity, that's the end of the third quarter, but let's look at this on the replay once again. He fired that with a man right in his face, and Hutchison was wide open behind the defenders and makes it down to the 7-yard line. What a play. Outstanding job on the part of the Bruins. And so we have reached the end of the fourth quarter. We got a Hold'em Bruins. Your score is USJ 14 and Trinity 13.
Is your vehicle ready for an oil change? Did you know that we do way more than just tires? From brakes to belts to alignments to even air conditioning work. Engine light on, we can fix that too. Come see us today at one of our 3 King Tire Company locations in Jackson and Humboldt.
Chris King here with King Tire Company. Leveling kits, lift kits, wheels, and tires, we can take care of that at any of our King Tire Company locations at a price you can afford.
Steve Beverly back with you. Glad to have you aboard. It's been a dandy here from Trinity Christian Academy with the Bruins on top 14-13 and threatening with a 1st and goal at the 7 after that 36-yard pass play from Corbin Howard to Ryan Hutchison, who has had himself a career night receiving. Bruins used a lot of motion to get it down here to the 7-yard line. This play, they actually took 6 minutes and 51 seconds in the third quarter to get it down to this point. And this is the 10th play of the drive. It's Spencer looking for a hole, and he gets it across the 5 down to the 4, and that gives him 200 yards rushing for tonight. You can see how patient he is to wait on his blockers, and he got it down to the 4. And Bruins are just taking their time at this point. They want to let that clock run down as much as opposed to when they were going tempo earlier. Spencer lines up next to Howard. Now he moves to the left side. And he's going to take it again, going around right tackle. Can he make it in? He got it to about the half-yard line. His knee went down before the ball crossed the goal. So it's going to be 3rd down and about a half yard to get it in for the touchdown. 203 yards tonight for Noah Spencer. This will be a night he and the fans will never forget, but they want to carve this one in for the touchdown. And they've got their big guns, 7 men up front, and he stopped short. It is 4th. Now, the Bruins are signaling touchdown, but it looked as though he was stopped about a yard short. And they had a big front line in there, but he was stopped short. So this is it, 4th and 1. And they're going to him again, and did he get in? Yes. It was that second effort as he extended the ball over the goal line, and he scores on a drive that took. There you go. His knee had not hit, and he got it over the goal line in the 1-yard run for Noah Spencer. And this is a big extra point because the 8-point lead is something that you definitely would love to have. And it's good. So, Bruins, once again, they take it all the way down a 13-play drive that took off the clock. How about this? 8 minutes. So 10-12 remaining. The Bruins lead at 21-13. Back with the kickoff right after this.
Hello, folks. This is Gary Deaton, right here at Deaton's Carpet One. I want to let you know we've been in business for 48 years. Here's what I believe has made the difference. Our lifetime labor warranty on everything we install. Our healthy living installations, bacteria and germs cannot survive in our new flooring. Our beautiful guarantee, if you don't just love it, we'll replace it. It will make your flooring experience priceless. We're located on Freedom Highway, 1000 Highway 45 bypass in good old Jackson, Tennessee.
Noah Spencer, 29 carries for 204 yards in this game and 2 touchdowns. Bruins lead at 21-13. This has been one of these games that you just call it a grinder because both teams have just been grinding it out, a lot on the ground, but mixing in the pass as well. 126 yards passing tonight on that drive, a big 36-yarder for Corbin Howard to Ryan Hutchison. Here is your Campbell King Interiors kick. It's a ground scooter. And here you go, going around the left side is Owen Atwood. He's going down the sidelines. He may go all the way, 30, 25, 20. He is gone all the way. Touchdown, Lions. And how about that? Look at it on the Carlock replay. And they tried to do that ground scooter, the squib kick, and he took it at the 10. A lot of times it works. This time he had a wall of blockers down the left-hand side of the field, and they're going to go for 2 to try to tie this one up. But you can see it all the way down, 90 yards for a touchdown, Owen Atwood. That's 200 yards in return yardage tonight. And that is what really has kept this Lion team in the game, so they're going to try to tie it with a 2-point conversion. What a run by Owen Atwood. All right, they're lined up going for 2. Man in motion. And out there just outside of the range, trying desperately to get it to Nick Jones, and he had to dive for it, and it was not there. So the Bruins hold on to the lead at 21-19. And the difference in the game is a blocked extra point and a missed 2-point conversion. We'll keep it right here, 21-19. But an explosive 90-yard touchdown kickoff return for Owen Atwood. And just 18 seconds after the Bruins had taken an 8-point lead, he said, "You're not going to keep it for that long." Got to tell you, folks, this has been fun football to watch tonight because you just know that both of these teams want it extraordinarily badly. But naturally, with us being on the Bruins network, we hope our guys want it more. All right, it is Joshua Delk going back for the kickoff. Your Campbell King Interiors kickoff once again. And that's going to go right in the center. And going up the middle, spinning around and getting across the 30 to the 32. And taking it down hard, but that was a good run back. 27-yard return by Drew English. 78 yards in return yardage for the Bruins this evening. So they will start from their own 32. And they took 8 minutes off the clock on the last drive that they had. That would be a solid check mark for them if they could do that this time. Go all the way down for a touchdown, get an extra point, and make it a 2-score game. So here we go, lining it up. And a quick hitter over on the left-hand side. Here he goes, 40, 45, 50, 45, and excellent reception by Alex Wallace. Let's look at it again. He just followed his blockers beautifully. And see how he was out to the races there, and it was just too close to the sidelines, and he was knocked out by Nick Jones. But on the plate, and sideline warning to USJ because they were celebrating, and they don't like for you to do that. That was a 31-yard pickup. 13 for 16 tonight for Corbin Howard. And this one is going to go just for maybe a couple. So Wallace picks up 2 on the play. $15 first downs tonight for the Bruins, and they're just trying to slowly tick some seconds off the clock, although at this stage of the game they get a score, they're happy with it. Let the defense work it for them because it would require, if they get a touchdown and an extra point, it requires 2 scores for the Lions. There goes a hand up off the middle. And getting close to first down territory once again is Noah Spencer, and as we say, he's past 200 in the game. And the ball is spotted at the 20, and they give him the first down. So a pickup of 8 on the play for Spencer, 212 yards rushing tonight. That has to be a career high for him. And that clock continues to roll. And this time going up the middle again, and on the tackle is Harrison Vance. And that's a second down and about 6. Pickup of 4 on the play. Titus Taylor is in the backfield. And you got 3 wide receivers. And he's going for one of them. This is going to be a you better be there, and he is in for the touchdown. That was one of those you better be there passes, and Alex Wallace was right there. Look at this. He goes back, and you can see he got behind his defender. The case is the ball timed, and it was perfect. Wallace for the touchdown. And that's a 23-yarder. And the Bruins with a big extra point here. It's up. And good. 28-19. We've got a 2-score game. Oh, what a play. So Alex Wallace with his first touchdown catch of the season. And the Bruins now with a 9-point lead. Now, what they have to guard against in this one, we're going to keep it right here. What they got to guard against in this one is what happened on the last kickoff, which was a 90-yard kickoff return by Owen Atwood. 23-yard pass, and the PAT good. And this Bruin team tonight has put on a show on offense. And that's Howard's second touchdown pass of the season. In tonight's game, I'm trying to do a quick tally here. The Bruins have put up 452 yards in total offense. That is by far their largest output of the season here in this young, early period of the campaign. So here they go. Another Campbell King Interiors kickoff. And we do thank Caroline and Erica for sponsoring our kickoffs. And it's Cooper Sykes to kick it off. And again, this is another ground scooter. And it is picked up at the 13-yard line. And finally, he bounces off one defender and gets it out to the 36-yard line, and that looks like it's going to be a late hit on the Bruins. Atwood on the return, and that's not good news if you're a Bruins fan. And it is a block in the back call. So they're going to move it back. Instead of it being a late hit, it is a block in the back, so that allowed him to get some of that extra yardage. So you give them a 10-yard penalty on that, and they're going to have to start at their own 23. So they're 77 yards away. That was not a good penalty for the Lions. If you're Bruins fans, you love to see it. So here we go, under 8 minutes to go. Vales calls the signal, goes up the middle. And a pickup of about 4, maybe 3 for Thompson. That gives him 79 yards rushing tonight. They've been held to 97 yards passing in tonight's game. And the Bruins have put up 180. Clock ticking away, 7:30, 7:29, 7:28. Vales claps. Fires one over the middle. And nowhere to go. Short gain for Nick Jones as they pick up to about the 28. That does pick him up to 101 yards in passing in the game. Big third down play once again for the Lions and on defense for the Bruins. Pass is way too high. He was looking over on the right-hand side. He had Nick Jones and Joshua Delk over on the right-hand side, and it went nowhere. Way over their heads. So this is 4th down. Now there's lots of time remaining, less than 7 minutes to go. But you got to believe that they're going to try to punt on this one, even though they need 2 scores. And they are lining up in punt formation, but keep your antenna up for a potential fake. It is 4th down and 4.5. They are going to punt it. It's a high, lazy kick, drops at about the 40, takes a Trinity bounce, and drops at about the 33-yard line. So again, punting has been a strong suit. That's a 41-yard punt. They have averaged tonight 46 yards per punt. So now it's an important thing for ball control, but as Coach Pritchard will tell you, this is not a time to start playing not to lose. You keep with the things that have brought you to the dance, and that is where they are right now with a 9-point lead as they continue this quest for their 3rd consecutive victory of the season. They're going to send 2 receivers wide right. Taylor is in the backfield. Handoff. Taylor's going to take it. No, it's a fake. Now he's going to try to fire it over the middle. That's going to be intercepted. He just could not get it to Wallace quickly enough, and that was intercepted by Nick Jones. First interception of the season thrown by Corbin Howard. So they'll take it back over at the 37-yard line. Actually going to spot it at the 35. So big turnover. That is the first one of the game for the Bruins. And with 6.5 minutes to go, you don't want to give some momentum back to this Lion team, so the Bruins have to hang tough on defense now. 6:35 remaining. A 2-score lead. It's a pitch back and trying to find some blocking and finally going down after a 9-yard pickup is Braden Waller. And you can see they faked the handoff up the middle and then went around the left-hand side. So Waller tonight has had himself a fine game. 60 yards rushing on 6 carries. But the clock is ticking away down to 6 minutes. And out of the pistol, and they smelled that one out big time. He pitched it back, and there was nowhere to go. And he threw that pitch out over to Owen Atwood, and they threw him for a loss back to the 40. So it's a big third down again for the Lions. 3rd and 5 as the clock goes under 5.5 minutes. Quick pass over the middle. And he is scrambling, trying to get there, but he's a yard short. Well, I believe that was the previous play, ladies and gentlemen. So it's 4th down, 4th and 1 from the 44. And that clock is not stopping. Under 5 minutes remaining. This is going to test the patience of both teams in a big 4th down play. He claps, fakes the handoff, and he did get the first down. Bruins had 2 men trying to bring down. And you just look at this, man in motion. And Braden Waller, they did everything possible, thought they had him at the 43 for a loss, but he ends up picking up 3. So another first down, the 10th first down of the night for the Lions. But they got to get some urgency. The handoff to Tompkins. And bringing him down after a big gain is Alex Wallace. But he is inside the 40. And they're going tempo now. They almost have no choice. They're down to the 39. And you got a whistle as a flag. Let's see where the movement was. False start. Oh, my goodness. That is what you do not want to see if you're trying a drive and you're trying to get yourself down for at least a threatening score. A 2-point conversion will give you 27. I have a feeling they'll kick the extra point if they get in. The Bruins, if they do something about it, it doesn't matter. Clock rolling. 3:45, 3:44, 3:43. Time for the Bruin defense to hunker down. And there's a pitch back to Tompkins, and he goes off one defender, he goes off 2, but finally is brought down. And that was a huge play. Titus Taylor with the tackle. He came from his defensive back slot to gain it. It's 2nd down, and the gain was about 5. Down to 3 minutes to go on the game clock. Up the middle again. He's short of the first down. And they're continuing just to chew time off of that clock. It is 3rd down and 2. They've got to get to the 25 for the first down. No, they've got to get to the 30 for the first down. They're on the 32. And here they are down to 2.5 minutes. Going back to pass once again, it's Vales. He's being rushed, and he has to throw it out of bounds. Vales was absolutely smothered on that one by the rush. He's 9 of 13 passing, but that was huge rushing on the part of Sam McMillan, who has been in his face a lot of tonight. The one advantage, it did stop the clock, but it's 4th and 3. 2:29 remaining. And just remember, unless it's a play that goes out of bounds, clocks do not stop in high school football on a first down. And we've got, looks like perhaps a timeout. And timeout is called by USJ. Let's take a 30-second break, and we'll be back for these final 2.5 minutes.
Downtown is thriving, and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
No matter where you are, you can shop 24/7 at Humboldt Dodge Chrysler Jeep.com with the area's largest used car inventory.
So it comes down to this. Trinity's trailing USJ 28-19. They have it 4th and 3. The ball is on the 32.5. They have to get to the 29.5 to navigate it. So this is your ball game, folks. It's going to come down to this. If the Bruins get a stop, for all intents and purposes, it's over. And I know some people don't like when we say that because you could always have a freak play, but it would be very, very hard for the Lions to be able to navigate 2 scores. Of course, the Bruins helped them out with an interception, but you have to believe that USJ is not going to put it in the air if they get this ball back right here. 2:29 remaining. 4th and 3, Trinity at the Bruin 32. And the Bruins are going to come with a 3-man. It looks like now it's going to be a 4-man rush. And flags. Was it a false start? We're about to find out. It is. It is a false start. What a time for that on 4th and 3. The Bruins knew it. You saw them clapping their hands, but still, they've got another opportunity, but it's now going to be 4th and 8. So you got to believe this is going to be some kind of a pitch out or a pass. But Leaky Tompkins is lined up right behind Cooper Vales. And he goes back to pass. He is being rushed. It was high, and it was so many Bruins that were, and particularly single out Mario Figueroa, who was right there on top of him. Watch this. He was trying for a screen pass and hoping that Tompkins could just bully his way in, and right there on top of it was Mario Figueroa, who we had on the coaches show on Wednesday night. And while there is still 2 minutes and 23 seconds remaining, folks, that may be the dagger. So the Bruins come back out. As we say, this has been a grinder tonight, but they have had a very smart game plan that has been developed by Derek Pritchard and Bo Wallace. So here they go. Spencer back in the backfield, and he's just going to take it as far as he can up the middle to the 40, the 44. So he gets up to about the 44, a gain of 7. That's his 31st carry of the game for 219 yards. What a game he has had. 2 touchdowns, runs of 3 and 1 yard. And the clock continues to roll under 2 minutes. And he's going to take it once again, just slowly, following blockers. Got maybe 1 on the play. And timeout is called by Trinity. We'll keep it right here. And frankly, all he was interested in doing was just eating up as much clock as he possibly could. 1 minute 44 seconds. The Lions have 1 timeout remaining. The Bruins have 2. If they get a first down right here, it is game, set, and match. So the Bruins have never lost the lead in this game. It was tied at 7. But then they went ahead for good when it was 14-7, a missed extra point on the ensuing touchdown for the Lions, made it 14-13. Then the Bruins went up 21-13. And here they go right now. 1:44 to go. High snap. It's Taylor with it. And Taylor's pushing his way to the 49. And that is game, set, and match. Titus Taylor puts it on ice. 7-yard run on the play. And the Bruins are going to be 3-0 on the season. And the Lions just appear to be content not to call another timeout. And the Bruins are going to let it run down as much as they possibly can. And for a team that some people felt this was going to be a major rebuilding job this year, they have been outstanding. It has been great defense, but tonight a mixture of the passing and running game. And here goes Taylor to the 40, down to the 34. And look at this, picking up another 15 yards as Titus Taylor begins to add his numbers tonight. 19 first downs on the part of the Bruins. And victory formation, here you go. And that is the most beautiful formation for any team in football. And we are done. And it continues to tick off. But they bring it back apparently. They're bringing it back to the 41-yard line. And the Bruins are just going to be content to let that clock tick away with 10, with 9, with 8, with 7. And they're calling everybody over to the sidelines. It is a USJ victory over Trinity, 28-19. As the Bruins go 3-0 on this young season. And they are proving once again they are going to be tough to deal with all season long. And it was a combination of a mixed passing and running game tonight and a stingy defense. And they knew they were going to need this against this strong running attack that was led by Leaky Thompson. But the Bruins won it 28-19. We're going to take a 3-minute break. And then when we come back, I'll have all the final totals for you. So stay with us, everybody.
Buy a car in your bikini. Buy a truck in your jammies. Buy an SUV in your, well, no matter what you're wearing or not. Shop JonesChevroletHumboldt.com with the area's largest used car inventory.
At Nest Realty Jackson, connections and relationships are at the heart of everything we do. We wake up every day with the goal of helping our agents build trust, relationships, and community. Let's connect.
Is your vehicle ready for an oil change? Did you know that we do way more than just tires? From brakes, to belts, to alignments, to even air conditioning work. Engine light on? We can fix that too. Come see us today at one of our 3 King Tire Company locations in Jackson and Humboldt.
If it's black, round, and rolls, we have it in stock for you. I'm Taylor at King Tire Company. Come see us at any of our 3 convenient locations in Jackson or Humboldt and let our family take care of yours.
If you are in need of luxury interior design services, look no further than Campbell King Interiors. Based in Jackson, Tennessee, Caroline Campbell and Erica King have a combined experience of 31 years. From residential design services to commercial construction, no job is too big. Let Campbell King Interiors transform your vision into reality. You can find them at www.campbellkinginteriors.com or on Instagram and Facebook.
Downtown is thriving and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
At Nest Realty Jackson, connections and relationships are at the heart of everything we do. We wake up every day with the goal of helping our agents build trust, relationships, and community. Let's connect.
Save thousands on a new Nissan at Carlock Nissan.
You should already be here.
Special interest rates as low as 0%.
You should already be here.
We have cars, trucks, SUVs, and the all-new electric Nissan Ariya.
You should already be here.
We even have no payments for 90 days.
You should already be here.
Save thousands on a new Nissan at Carlock Nissan.
You should, you know what? I'm not going to say it.
Carlock Nissan of Jackson.
No matter where you are, you can shop 24/7 at HumboldtDodgeChryslerJeep.com with the area's largest used car inventory.
Turn to the experts. Since 1955, Garrett Plumbing and Heating has been the leader in plumbing, heating, and air conditioning service and installation for West Tennessee. A proud supporter of USJ Bruin Athletics, we are your local Carrier Factory authorized dealer. Call Garrett Plumbing and Heating 668-3339 for all of your plumbing, heating, and air needs.
I will be the greatest, greatest, greatest. 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 I will be
Buy a car in your bikini. Buy a truck in your jammies. Buy an SUV in your, well, no matter what you're wearing or not. Shop JonesChevroletHumboldt.com with the area's largest used car inventory.
Is your vehicle ready for an oil change? Did you know that we do way more than just tires? From brakes to belts to alignments to even air conditioning work. Engine light on? We can fix that too. Come see us today at one of our 3 King Tire Company locations in Jackson and Humboldt. Hi, this is Kurt King with King Tire Company. Did you know that you're supposed to rotate your tires every 5,000 miles? Did you know that we do that free at King Tire Company? Come see us today at any 3 King Tire Company locations in Jackson and Humboldt and let my family take care of yours.
At Dynamics Physical Therapy, we help our clients get back to doing what they love. Dynamics is now serving communities throughout West Tennessee.
Are you looking to build a career? Build a career with West Tennessee's own H&M Company. H&M is a leading coast-to-coast industrial design and construction firm for Fortune 500 companies. Founded in Milan in 1957 and headquartered in Jackson, H&M is actively hiring in all areas of construction and engineering. Visit us at hmcompany.com to start building your career today.
Well, the players are headed back for the locker room, and it's a happy group of Bruins tonight and their fans as they came away with a 28-19 victory in a grinder over Trinity Christian Academy, and what a night it was for the Bruins. Let me give you the team stats first, and then we'll get you those impressive individual totals. USJ, biggest first down night of the season, 20 first downs to 11 for Trinity. That was strong defense to hold Trinity to 11 first downs. Passing, and it was an excellent night for Corbin Howard, 14 of 17. He threw 1 interception for 180 yards, and that was his biggest total of the season so far. And in fact, I'm looking at my updated totals here. That gives him 378 yards passing on the season. Trinity, 10 out of 14 for Cooper Vales, 105 yards. In receiving for the Bruins, it was a big night for Alex Wallace, 5 catches for 102 yards, and Ryan Hutchison, 8 catches for 68 yards. They were just all over the place, and some of them really clutch receptions tonight. In rushing, the Bruins carried it 45 times for 299 yards. They were just a smidgen off the 300-yard mark as a team. And Trinity, not a bad night at all for them. 33 carries for 210 yards. But the Bruins just seemingly could do it, and particularly in third down situations. They had 2 fourth down conversions tonight, and they had a solid across the board, tremendous job making 7 third down conversions this evening. Return yardage, this is where Trinity looked as though that they were going to make the big turn in the game, and that included a 90-yard kickoff return for Owen Atwood, and that came with 9:56 to go in the game. And it seemed that closed the gap to with 21-19 right after the Bruins had scored, and it looked as though that might turn the corner. They had 223 yards in returns to 78 for the Bruins. But tonight, no fumbles for the Bruins, and Trinity lost its only fumble of the game. So you didn't have but 2 turnovers in the game. One was the interception thrown by the Bruins, and one was the fumble by Trinity. Punting, not the strongest suit tonight for the Bruins. 3 for an average of 22.3 yards. Trinity punted 3 times for 45-yard average, and that was another thing that kept them in the game because they kept getting the Bruins pinned back deeper in their own territory, but the Bruins never let that become a major problem with the contest. Penalties tonight, the Bruins had 10 for 85 yards, but Trinity had a crucial false start late in the game where it looked as though they might be able to move down and get a first down. They had it on a 3rd and 2, and then it became 3rd and 7. They could not convert. 10 penalties for 59 yards. But wrapping up our individual totals tonight in passing, we mentioned about the strong effort that we had tonight from Corbin Howard, 14 of 17 for 180 yards with the 1 interception, and 5 catches for 102 yards for Alex Wallace, 8 for 68 yards for Ryan Hutchison. So they were all over it tonight, and they were finding ways to get open. And then let's look at this rushing total tonight because this is some kind of super. And you got to hand it to Leaky Tompkins. He scored 2 touchdowns for the Lions. He ran it 22 times for 128 yards, almost 6 yards a carry, and by anybody's book, that's an outstanding night. And then you had Braden Waller with 7 carries for 63 yards. He also had 4 pass receptions for 61 yards, so he had total offense of 124 tonight. But on the other side of the coin, Titus Taylor for the Bruins, he added some nice yardage toward the end of the game. 6 carries for 72 yards, but your workhorse and our player of the game here for Worthy Road Studios and the BallGame Blitz Sports Network, Noah Spencer, 32 carries for 220 yards, an average of 7 yards a carry. He scored 2 touchdowns tonight, one on a 3-yard run and another on a 1-yard plunge. And that gave it, again, and one of the other touchdowns tonight was Corbin Howard, a 23-yard pass to Alex Wallace, catching his first touchdown pass of the season. But how about that for Noah Spencer? 220 yards tonight. He got 165 of them in the first half. And on the season, listen to this, that gives Noah 72 carries for 491 yards. He's just short of the 500 mark. This is going to definitely be not just a 1,000-yard season, but if he stays healthy all the way, this could be a 1,200 to 1,500-yard season rushing for Noah Spencer. He's already showing that he is one of the outstanding backs in all of West Tennessee and perhaps the entire state. But how about that? 220 yards on 32 carries, a career high for Noah Spencer. So the Bruins and their fans go home happy tonight. 28-19 is the victory. We will be back with you on Wednesday night with the USJ Coaches Show live from the Blacksmith Restaurant downtown Jackson. We'll be coming your way at 7:30 Wednesday night, and I look forward to having you with us. And then we'll be back at it again next week as USJ takes on another one of the crosstown rivals, JCS. The executive producer of Worthy Road Studios and the BallGame Blitz Sports Network is Paul Schultze. Tonight's telecast, directed by Stephanie Janda. She does have an E in her name there. Replays by Adriana Hicks. I just had to say that. And on camera tonight was Jack Young, who did an outstanding job of staying on top of everything. Thank you, one and all. I appreciate it, and the fans appreciate it so much. So until we're with you Wednesday night at the Blacksmith, this is Steve Beverly on behalf of our entire BallGame Blitz Sports Network saying so long from the great hub city of West Tennessee.